Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just wanted to talk to you a little bit about something. Somebody asked me a question basically about oil, okay? Fats in general, all right? So just a little bit of insight. The first thing I want to talk about is types of fat, right? So we have, healthy fats, things that you'll find like avocados and other kinds of fruits and vegetables. And we also have saturated fats. Saturated fats are actually the type of fats that tend to clog our arteries, right? They're the kind of fats that cause the most problems with heart disease, especially within the Black and Latino community. The reality is that we are more susceptible to heart disease and other issues that have to deal with, the cardiovascular system and things like that. As a personal example, I would like to bring up, my father's situation, okay? He's probably watching this video now. Hi, Dad. So my father, for the better half of, I would say most of his life, has been a practitioner in martial arts, okay? Not just a practitioner, he has been a devout student. He has been an instructor for many, many years, including done everything from video work to stunt coordinating, etc., 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 right? So you're talking about a man that everyone considers to be in the prime of his health. But what I want to say to that is that my father was very physically fit, but on the inside, he wasn't healthy. Okay. Now his issue was a genetic disorder, that affected his heart, but brought on by complications of poor diet, based off of, just the get up and go kind of, lifestyle that he was living. So when we're talking about fats, as a whole, there's a couple key things to remember. There are healthy fats, all right? Those are fats that kind of help to lubricate the insides, keep everything running, functioning very nicely. It's great for us, holds a bunch of vitamins within it that our body needs, okay, and can use. Now, and then there are those unhealthy fats. Now, when it comes to cooking, we're talking predominantly about something called smoking point. Okay, and what smoking point means is the temperature at which each fat starts to break down. What does that mean? Everybody can cook with olive oil, and then it starts to burn really fast. The house starts to fill with smoke, and then the fire alarms are going off, and then you're giving the poor elderly person next door, a near heart attack. Smoking point. So there are some fats that are better used than others, okay? And I'm going to get a little bit into it in another video and break down the actual different types of fat and the way smoking points can affect them, all right? Now, the problem with smoking point is that when you go past the smoking point of a certain fat, it then becomes carcinogenic. Carcinogens, we know, for as much research as we have up to date, has been known to trigger certain health issues, including certain cancer cells to react to them, okay? Now, we want to be, best as possible, be very careful with the types of fats that we use. There are differences between cold pressed fats, things like olive oil, which really should be used in dressings and things like that. I'm not a big fan of using olive oil to cook with unless it's within baking, but even then, each fat has its own properties, okay? Now, back in the day, we used Crisco. Crisco is an amazing product for a lot of different things, but it does contain the types of fats within it that in high doses can cause you health issues, right? But it makes a super flaky crust. Listen, I started off as a baker. I love Crisco for certain things, but it also leaves something called a mouthfeel. A chef or anybody that has a sensitive palate can tell when somebody has used Crisco within the cooking because it has a greasy texture that's left behind. Whereas something like butter, all right, won't. But it won't yield the same effect, all right? So look forward to the video. I'm gonna try to see if I can collect a bunch of different kinds of fat, explain them, break them down, and then tell you which ones were better used for certain products, okay? If you guys have any questions, please put them in the comments. Share this information with people. I can better answer your questions when I have more perspectives other than one. And not only that, but as I'm speaking on the fly. It's always best for you to give me input because then I can cater my conversations to better answer your questions, okay? So remember, there are good fats and there are bad ones. The bad ones are what causes our heart issues. The good ones are what keeps us healthy, okay?